Fights in anime have always been an important part of what makes a great anime.
You're in big trouble yourself!
Well, at least in certain genres. I wouldn't expect a face-crushing, heart-stopping fight in the middle of a slice of life. Although, that might be pretty awesome. Anyway, the strength, speed, powers, explosions, and effects that make you sit on the edge of your seat with your heart pounding, hoping your hero will win. Those are the type of fights that I'm talking about. There have been tons of fights over my many years of enjoying anime that have left me with goosebumps. So recently, the thought occurred to me, are there any fights that I wish I could see again for the first time? Thus brings us to today's video. Now, these are in no particular order, and there are plenty of more fights I'd love to talk about. So if you'd like to see a second part to this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get started. Sukuna versus Mahoraga. This fight was absolutely insane. It blew away my expectations completely. I was in a trance throughout the entire fight. I don't think I moved a single muscle. This is the first time I'd actually seen Sukuna fight. Now, I don't read the mangas because I prefer to see things animated, so don't come at me. After seeing what Sukuna can do, I don't know how anyone is going to be able to keep up with him. The first couple of hits in this fight really showed the power of these two. And the balls of Sukuna coming out of that building with a drink and popcorn like he ain't in the middle of this crazy fight. This fight had some of the most insane sequences and frames I've seen in a long time. They really made use of this entire city. Buildings collapsing, cars flying, streets exploding, and even a plane falling down from the sky. A visual masterpiece that doesn't appear often. The animators really put their all into this. The only way to describe this fight is pure destruction and chaos. And to finish with Sukuna's domain, chef's kiss. Dio versus Jotaro. For this fight, I'm going to be honest and say that I might be a bit biased because JoJo is one of my all-time favorite anime, and Stardust Crusaders just happens to be my favorite part. I might make a video talking about how great that part is, but for now, let's focus on this fight. Building up to this fight, we already know how much of a menace Dio is. I mean, he literally killed Jonathan's dog for no reason and stole a kiss from Erina. He even made poor Polnareff climb stairs again and again and again. We also know that he has that can stop time. However, Jotaro has also proved his skills and ability to adapt to any battle with smarts and the good old-fashioned. Comparing these two stands and users, I'd say they were pretty well matched. It just comes down to who can be more clever. I had high expectations going into this fight and I was not let down. It was one to remember and provided one of the greatest memes of all time. Dio's regen was really helping him out here after getting hit hard by Jotaro. And I love that my boy Polnareff comes out of nowhere with the perfect strike to Dio's head and Jotaro comboing with a skull-crushing punch. We then get to see our first Ora Ora beatdown on Dio, which is very satisfying. But in usual Dio turn of events, he steals Joseph's blood for a serious power-up. Side note, the way Dio keeps digging into his own head with his fingers is pretty disturbing. And for Dio's final attack, something I did not see coming. I mean, where the hell did Dio even find a steamroller? Did they even have steamrollers in that time? I don't even know. But to finally see a Joestar finish off their generational foe was so satisfying. Naruto versus Sasuke. We're going to be talking specifically about their first encounter. Now, this fight has a special place in my heart because Naruto was one of the first anime I ever watched back when Toonami was a thing. To this day, I find myself coming back and rewatching episodes of Naruto for the nostalgia. But don't ask me a single thing about Boruto because I haven't even tried watching it yet. Now, the build up to this fight was fantastic and the execution beautifully done. The emotions of Naruto and Sasuke came through the screen perfectly. The anger, the sadness, the frustration, all of the time spent trying to bring Sasuke back to the Leaf Village, all of the built-up anger that drove Sasuke to seek power from Orochimaru. I mean, look at some of these facial expressions. We also get to see the nine-tailed fox chakra form and the curse mark full form. This was the most hyped thing my childhood eyes ever saw. And not to mention this fight led to some of the funniest still frame memes I've ever seen. Ending the fight with Sasuke's now damaged headband was just the cherry on top. I could talk about this fight all day, but let's move on to the next. Saitama versus Boros. Now this is a different style of fight compared to Naruto and Sasuke. This fight didn't have the years of build-up and emotionally packed punches. However, it did have the in-your-face brutal action that I love to see. Seeing Saitama's reaction to Boros surviving the first punch made me die laughing the first time. I also love that Boros gets an instant power up with his power dampening armor falling apart. And to see Saitama stand right back up after taking Boros' energy blast head on with only minimal damage, I mean, come on. And Boros retaliating by using the meteoric burst that sends Saitama to the frickin' moon. That was honestly insane. Then we get to see Saitama's killer move, the serious punch. After that, Boros understood he never had a chance. This fight was the perfect mix of serious and funny, which makes it worth watching again. To finish everything off, we have All Might versus All for One. Again, I'm going to be upfront and say I might be a little bit biased because I am a All Might fanboy, okay? If they made a spin-off of All Might in his prime, I'd be the first in line to see it. Now, this fight was great and a perfect way to send off All Might's power. It was also a treat to see All for One in action for the first time. The way he was easily tossing All Might around made me fully realize just how strong he really is. Now, this might be because All Might pretty much hit his limit here, but like the Chad he is, he kept pushing through. And now with the world seeing All Might's current form, there was no turning back. It really was all or nothing. This was the moment where All Might had to show the world why he is the symbol of peace and their #1 hero. With a pep talk from his mentor and putting everything into his final move, he delivers one of my favorite voice lines ever. And now, seeing All Might standing tall with fists in the air, giving hope to the world as he does so well, to finish it all off, he says, thus allowing him to fully pass the torch to Deku. Well, that was 5 anime fights I'd love to see again for the first time. If you'd like a part 2 to this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, let me know what fights you'd like to see again for the first time. Thanks for watching.